This section is on multiplying decimals by 1/10, 100th, and 1,000th. So if we look at this, this is not in the book part, but if we're looking at 200 times 100th, and the question is how would you read this expression? I just did that. Looking at the numbers after the decimal point, the place value positions, this is the 10ths place and this is the 100ths place. So since this is in the 100ths place, look at all the numbers after the decimal and we read that as 1, and since that's in the 100ths place, we read that as 100th. So this expression, we could write it as 200 times 1 over 100, 200 times 100th. And to work this out, basically, if you would multiply this, is like 200 over 1. So if you multiply straight across, you'd have 200 over 100. The fraction bar means dividing, so this would be the same as like dividing by 100. And then what happens when you divide by 100, you're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So if you divide by 10, you move the decimal 1 place to the left. If you divide by 100, then you move the decimal 2 places to the left. If you divide by 1,000, you move the decimal 3 places to the left. Okay, because kind of the idea 100 is 10 times 10. So it's when you divide by 100, it's like dividing by 10 and then dividing by 10 again. So another example here, we have 200 times 1/10. So this expression we could write as 200 times 1/10, and multiplying by 1/10 is the same as dividing by 10. Again, if we multiply across, this would be like 200 over 10, so 200 divided by 10, dividing by 10, and then like we talked about a minute ago, that would make it to be where our decimal point would get moved 1 place to the left. So that would become 20. Another example here, we have 200 times 1,000th. So that would be like 200 times 1 over 1,000. Same idea. So this would be like dividing by 1,000. When we divide by 1,000, it's like dividing by 10, dividing by 10, dividing by 10. So that's going to move our decimal 3 places to the left. So if we did that, moving the decimal 3 places to the left, so the decimal starts after the 0 and we move 1, 2, 3 places to the left, that would give us 200 thousandths, or we don't really need the zeros after the decimal point. That's the same as 2/10. 325 times 100th, multiplying by 100th, is going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. And so the answer to that, if we had 325, move the decimal 2 places to the left, would be 3 25/100. So if you look at this on page 22, we can look at a couple more examples with this, and you can see once again multiplying by 1/10 moves the decimal 1 place to the left. Multiplying by 100th moves the decimal 2 places to the left. Multiplying by 1,000th moves the decimal 3 places to the left. So if we look at number 1, here we are, the first example, multiplying by 1/10. moves the decimal 1 spot to the left, times 100th, moves the decimal 2 places to the left, would be 22 hundredths. By 1,000th, moves the decimal 3 places to the left, would be 22 thousandths. And then this is 1 multiplying by 1/10,000th, would move the decimal 4 places to the left. Which would be 22 10,000ths. So you can kind of look as you go through this. It's kind of based off of, in a way, how many numbers you have after the decimal point. Notice it's a decimal point and then a 1, or a decimal point and then some zeros and a 1 at the end. So we could do this with any random problem they give us. Like if we look at number 13 here, multiplying by 100th, tenths, hundredths, we're going to move the decimal 2 spots to the left. If we look at number 16, multiplying by 1/10 moves the decimal 1 place to the left. And that, you can put a 0 before the decimal if you want there, just to make sure people can see your decimal point. 19 multiplying by 1,000th, I'm going to rewrite it here. By 1,000th, we're going to have to move the decimal 3 places to the left. And at that point, we have to add some zeros. And I'm going to just rewrite my answer so there's no confusion about where my decimal point is. And we could put a 0 in front of the decimal as well. If we look at number 34, Carlos is making a model of a rocket for a school engineering project. The actual rocket was 111 meters tall, and he's deciding whether to make his model 1/10 or 100th as tall as the real Saturn V. So decide what he should do, construct an argument. So if you think about this, if it was 111 meters, if we have 1/10 of that, would be moving the decimal 1 spot to the left. That would be 11.1 meters tall. If we did 100th, that would be moving the decimal 2 places to the left, would be 1.11 meters. So if you've ever seen a meter stick, 1 meter is kind of close to 1 yard, which is about 3 feet. So this would be, a little over 3 feet tall, 3 or 4 feet if we did this. That would probably be a good size for the model. If we're doing this, 11 meters, that's going to be over 30 feet. So 30 feet, that would be, unless we have like a big opening area in a museum to display this or something, that's probably not going to be a good choice. So probably going with 100th as tall would be a good choice. So this gives you an idea of how to work with multiplying by 1/10, 100th, and 1,000th. Have a good day.